So the focus of today's talk will be on the parental leave arrangements in Bulgaria, with a focus on the existing types of leaves in the country, and also the effect. I'll focus a little bit on the effect of gender and social inequalities on these arrangements. So in Bulgaria is known as the country in the European Union, and also among the other countries in Europe with the longest maternity leave. It is approximately 1 year. This leave is divided into 3 parts. The first one covers 45 this is the prenatal leave, and it covers 45 calendar days before the expected due date. And also there are another 2 parts related to postnatal leave, which is given immediately after childbirth, and recovery leave, which aims also to protect mothers' health at this early period after childbirth. In terms of arrangements, maternity leave in Bulgaria is organized in the following way. Women receive 90% of their average monthly insurance income in the preceding 12 months. And this leave is counted also as work experience. It is not taxed, and also it aims to protect mother's health and also to help the mother to recover after childbirth. For all parenting leaves in Bulgaria, the responsible institution is the Ministry of Labor and Social Policy, and also the National Social Security Institute. After the child's 6th month, it is possible maternity leave to be transferred to the father or one of the grandparents if they have paid social insurance for at least 12 months. So financial compensation for this period is the same. It covers 90% of the average insurance income that the father or the grandparent received in the last 24 months. Also, in terms of eligibility, maternity leave can be used by women living in Bulgaria with Bulgarian citizenship, and also for foreign citizens who have paid social insurance contributions for the last 12 months. It includes also adoptive parents. The condition is the same. There are some special regulations for students, which is a little bit specific group. In the case of the students, they can receive financial compensations into installments that are dependent on also their enrollment in the next semester, and so this is one of the conditions to use maternity leave. Who is not eligible? Mothers without paid social insurance contributions in the preceding 12 months. In this case, if there are interruptions in the social insurance, or if, for example, women were unemployed or economically inactive, they can receive monthly benefit until the child's first birthday, which is a value of 115 euro. This amount is very low, I would say, for it covers really basic needs, and also it is means tested. But the aim of this support measure actually is to it targets the very low resource households, which are most often from ethnic minorities. Paternity leave in Bulgaria, it is in the father's entitlement. 15 days can be used by the men, and the use of the leave starts when the child is discharged from the hospital. The purpose of this leave is to allow the fathers to take care for the child immediately after birth, to help the mother. and also this leave cannot be postponed in time. It's very short. Basically, it cannot be separated. So the aim is to help the mother in these first days after the birth of the child. The condition to use paternity leave is that the father has paid social insurance contributions for at least 6 months. So it's a shorter period compared to women, and the compensation is again 90% from the father's average insurance income for the preceding 12 months. This regulation applies also for self-employed fathers. Since 2002, there is also another option for the fathers to spend time with the child, to care for the child. And this is a new leave that actually it's 2-month long leave. The condition is to use this leave is that again it is based on the social insurance contributions. They should be paid for at least 12 months. And it's a fixed amount. It's approximately €500 in 2004. It's a quite low amount of money. It's determined by the state budget. And here again, there are some conditions that the child does not attend kindergarten, of course, and that there is also an option to split, to use this leave in separate periods of time. It is not transferable. It resembles like a father's quota in the Scandinavian countries, and also it is counted as work experience. It's a relatively new leave, and it is not so often used. And there are some, of course, some other explanations, not just related to that is a new measure in the parental leave policy in Bulgaria. So it is in terms of eligibility, the paternity leave in Bulgaria can be used by fathers with Bulgarian or foreign citizenship, if again they pay the social contributions for the determined period of time for 6 months preceding its use. The condition is also that the fathers live in civil partnership or in marriage with mother, and it is inclusive also for self-employed men and adoptive fathers. Paid parental leave in Bulgaria starts after the first year of the child, and the length of the leave is 1 year. So basically, parental leave, both maternity and parental leave in Bulgaria is approximately 2 years. Parental leave is claimed by the mother, but it can be transferred to the father or one of the grandparents if they're employed and have paid social contributions for 12 months. It's a fixed amount of money, and also what is specific for this leave is that compared to maternity leave is relatively the payment is lower, and it is also independent from the income. It's not taxed, and it is counted as a work experience. If the mother decides to not to use parenting leave, maternity leave, or parental leave after the 6th month after childbirth, she can decide, for example, to return to work. In this case, the mother can receive 50% of the monthly benefit that she would have in case she is on a leave. The same condition applies for self-employed mothers if they decide to start working before the end of the parental leave. As I mentioned, it is a transferable leave, and in Bulgaria, parental leave cannot be used in the same time by both mother and the father. It is also dependent on the, these leaves, one of the conditions is, as I mentioned, that the child is not enrolled in child care institution part-time or full-time, and the reason is that it should be developed, it basically is related to permanent care for the child provided by the mother or the father who uses the leave, who is in terms of eligibility criteria, as a summary of the eligibility criteria, what is specific for the policy in Bulgaria is that it's very much dependent on the economic activity, on the paid social insurance contributions, for a particular period of time. It is inclusive also, the policy is inclusive for non-citizens, but for example, it doesn't apply for refugees or asylum seekers. In terms of same-sex couples, it is not, there is no regulation in Bulgaria. And I would say that parenting leave scheme in the country is not fully developed when it, in the case of single parents. So the next part of this presentation covers some slides. It includes some slides that are related to the measurement of policy outcomes. For the uptake rates, I include these slides because we actively discussed in one of the groups of the cost action different measures, data sources, and it became clear that it is very important to have reliable measures, harmonized statistics on the parental leave, and there are many challenges. So I'll try to outline here why it is a challenge sometimes in terms of statistics to calculate uptake rates. So basically, an uptake rate includes the number of, it can be calculated on a national, regional, organizational level if data exists. So the uptake rate would include the number of eligible employees who took parental leave for a certain period of time, divided by the total number of eligible employees for this period of time. It makes sense to also to calculate this rate for men and women, of course, because we know that there are differences in the use of the parenting leaves among men and women. The rates can be also calculated based on the length of the leave, whether it is the mother or the father use the full leave or any part of the leave, some partial entitlement, and can be calculated by gender. So in the case of Bulgaria, why it is a little bit difficult to calculate and to have such kind of statistics, because it needs integration of different statistical sources like administrative statistics and also vital statistics. On international level, there is need of harmonization of the definitions of parental leave, what it means maternity leave, how it's defined in certain country, or parental leave. So this challenge, and also there might be a problem with the target population, because if you want to calculate these rates, they require data on national organizational level that include breakdowns by gender, eligibility, type of leave, length of the leave, and there might be also a problem with the time period, because of it should be an annual rate, so that this principle of correspondence should be kept. So in Bulgaria, the statistics on parental leave is collected by the National Social Security Institute. Also, the National Statistical Institute has data breakdown. There are some breakdowns by gender, financial compensation, use of sick leaves, specific types of leaves, but in terms of uptake rates, such data are not published. If you want to calculate these rates on an organizational level, it might be also, might be informative, for example, for a firm or big organization, how many employees take parental leaves when they return earlier to paid job. But it's not like unusual practice, and there might be some administrative information, but it's not collected for statistical or analytical purposes. In the next slides, I will present some results about the recent study on that we have on the attitudes of parents and employers towards parental leave in Bulgaria. This is part of the cost action. This study is part of the cost action, and it's financed by the National Science Fund, and it includes an online survey with men and women who recently used parental leave, and in-depth interviews with parents and also with employers. So here is you can see a model about the factors associated with mothers' decisions to interrupt or transfer parental leave due to an earlier return to work. And the results show that the transfer of the leave and women's decision to return to paid work is less likely among women who have many children. Maybe these women are more like family oriented, busy with taking care for the children. Also, it's less likely to transfer the leave among women living in small residential places. Due, for example, more traditional family culture, women from low-income households, because that might be such big difference in the in the contributions that they would receive during the period of the leave, and their salaries if they return to work. Also, women with stronger career orientations are more likely to transfer the leave. Women who occupy with higher education and who have more like stronger career orientations are also more likely to transfer the leave. So basically, the results from this study show that there is a polarization also between high-income households, women from high-income households, and women living in low-income households in terms of decisions to early return to paid job. In this slide, you see a model about the factors associated with women's intentions to return to start working again after the end of the leave, perceptions about discrimination at workplace due to care responsibilities, women's concerns about taking leave for a sick child, employers' refusals also taking refusals of taking a leave for a sick child. These are the dependent variables in the model, and the results show that highly educated women are more certain that they will start working again after the end of parental leave. Lowly educated women experience higher uncertainty that they would start working after the leave. They might consider, for example, to continue to care for the child, for the family. Discrimination at work due to care responsibility is more likely to happen among lowly educated women, because usually these women occupy more unstable jobs, and in which regulations in mother's protection might be a problem. Protection of mother's rights might be problematic. Anxiety to use the leave for a sick child is less likely to happen among women from high-income households, and also single mothers have higher experience. They're more concerned when they need to take a leave for a sick child, and this is a model about the factors of father's use of paternity leave in Bulgaria. The results show that fathers who have many children, with two or more children, are less likely to use parental leave, because it might be considered as a loss of income, and usually the demands in such in large families are higher. High income of the household is associated with lower likelihood of parental leave uptake by the fathers. And also value orientations matter, and the attitudes towards the use of parental leave. For example, men who agreed with the statement that parental leave is more for women who have these more traditional attitudes about childcare are less likely to use parental leave, and also men who work from home, who have remote work, telework, during the first or the second year after birth of the child, are more likely to use parental leave. And finally, this is the final set of models that I worked on as part of this study. It is focused on different value orientations and the factors associated with them. The main results show that regardless their education, the men who use paternity leave or paid parental leave, transferred paid parental leave, are more likely to have more gender egalitarian attitudes, and to agree with the sentiment that a man is as capable as a woman to care for a baby or a young child and build a strong emotional bond with them. They're also more likely to agree with the statement that it is very important for the development of a baby or a small child that the father spends as much time as possible with them, that families in which men use parental leave are more connected, and also men who use parental leave are more likely also to reject the statement that men do not know how to take care for a baby or a small child. So they basically the results show that the use of parental leave and the attitudes towards high involvement in child care and supporting the family among men, they are related. And finally, as a final words, I would say that in Bulgaria, parenting leave is long, but it might have both positive and negative effects. So the negative effects would be related with problems with return to work, loss of professional skills, especially among women who are highly educated. In terms of positivity, it allows the parents and the women who would like to spend longer time with the young child to do it using the leave. The uptake of the 15-day paternity leave in Bulgaria is relatively short, but it is the men who use this leave, the fathers who use this leave, there are quite many, because in these days, this is a leave that is used, as I mentioned, immediately after childbirth, after discharge from the hospital of the baby. It is used by the men to help in the family, in the household. In terms of flexibility, the scheme in Bulgaria, the arrangements in Bulgaria are relatively well developed, but it is not like a typical practice to transfer the leave. Usually, it is related also with some cultural social expectations. That the mother should be the primary caregiver for a very young child, some prevailing stereotypes in the society doubts about men's caring capacity. Also with it is related with, especially when the parents are employed in the private sector, with a competitive work culture, and also so these cultural factors basically also shape the uptake of and the use of paternity leave and the policies in Bulgaria. And I think I'll stop here in order to give we have more time for discussion about the parental leave arrangements in Bulgaria.